What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Tuesday, July 22nd, 2014, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, and on Twitter at The Enter Report. A lot to cover. Over the weekend, Justin Bieber had a huge wild party, and his trail of liquor and litter at his Beverly Hills condo has set his neighbors off. And now TMZ has reported the cops have talked to them about placing the singer under citizen's arrest. TMZ broke the story. Cops came to the condo 6 times over the weekend, 4 times for excessive noise in the middle of the night. Bieber partied hard, 75 guests on Saturday and 20 on Sunday. The pictures on the rooftop deck tell only part of the story. People in the building told TMZ the hallways and elevators reeked of pot, and several guests says that drug use was obvious. One person says there were bimbos lining up to do drugs in the lobby's bathroom. Law enforcement sources told TMZ cops have spoken to residents, Bieber, and his management to resolve the situation. They were told police informed residents cops can't make an arrest for a misdemeanor if they don't see it happen, but the residents can take matters into their own hands by placing Bieber under arrest. Bella Hadid, the 17-year-old daughter of Yolanda Foster, who appears on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, was arrested early Tuesday morning for a DUI, according to TMZ. Bella, whose stepdad is legendary music producer David Foster and whose dad is Mohammed Hadid, was driving on PCH at around 4 a.m. when she allegedly blew through a stop sign and almost collided with an L.A. County Sheriff's Department patrol car. Law enforcement sources told TMZ Bella was pulled over, and the deputy detected a strong odor of alcohol. Bella blew a .14, which approaches double the legal limit, but because she's a minor, it's even worse. She can't drive with any alcohol in her system. And it got worse. Bella was driving on a suspended license. She was arrested and ultimately released into the care of her famous stepdad. Rapper APRocky allegedly slapped a female fan during a Philadelphia music festival, and now she's dragging him into court with a lawsuit. Lisa Marie Wade claims the rapper hauled off and smacked her for no apparent reason as he made his way through the crowd last year, knocking her to the ground and disorienting her. In her documents, Wade claimed the rapper has a long history of bad behavior, including a similar incident 2 months ago before the Phillies show in which he allegedly smacked a female fan in Australia. TMZ broke the story. Wade filed a private criminal complaint, but eventually withdrew it when she couldn't locate him to serve him with the complaint. Wade's already making a play for the heartstrings of a potential jury, claiming Rocky's slap caused a string of ailments which interfered with her ability to, quote, enjoy society with her minor child as a young single mother. Wade is suing for damages of at least $75,000. She called into TMZ Live a few days ago after the alleged smackdown. Shia LaBeouf has a dangerous addiction to the bottle, and actor Brad Pitt may be the cure. The two are set to co-star in the upcoming World War II blockbuster Fury, and Shia could use all the help he can to handle the stress from his first worldwide media blitz since Transformer Dark of the Moon in 2011. TMZ was told he is taking his outpatient alcohol treatment program seriously, but there's something more. The thought of embarrassing Brad is especially sobering for him. His recent run of drunken debauchery is well documented, picking a fight outside a strip club, banned from an LA restaurant for pissing on it, and booted from a Broadway show. The movie is a good change of pace, getting tanked in a good way. It does seem Shia is serious about diving back into the acting game. The crossover between Matt Groening's series The Simpsons and Futurama is coming in just a few months. The crossover episode of the two series will air on Fox as an episode of The Simpsons in November. Simpsons producer Al Jean said during a panel at the Television Critics Association on Sunday. The crossover episode will feature Futurama voice actors Billy West, John DiMaggio, Katie Seagal, Maurice LaMarche, Phil LaMarr, Lauren Tom, and Tress MacNeille. After originally running on Fox before getting picked up by Comedy Central, Futurama ended its series run in September 2013. Gene also said that a Simpsons character will die this season. While the producers declined to say which character, he did offer the clue in the episode that will be titled Clown in the Dumps. He added that the actor who voices the character won an Emmy for his portrayal of the character. Gene also said that it's possible the character could be resurrected in some form at some point in the future, perhaps in flashbacks or ghost form. Also guest starring on The Simpsons in its upcoming season, which premieres September 28th, is Jane Fonda, who will play Mr. Burns' girlfriend, Democratic Assemblywoman Maxine Lombard, and Willem Dafoe as Bart's new bully of a teacher, Mr. Layson. And in a related story, FXX is preparing to air the longest marathon in television history. After acquiring every last episode of The Simpsons last fall for a cool $750 million, the young network is preparing to air all 25 seasons and the movie of one of the greatest television shows of all time from August 21st to September 1st. This means that all 552 episodes of the series will air 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for a full week and a half. In addition, Variety reports that FXX will launch the Simpsons World Digital Hub in October, which will allow cable subscribers to watch every episode on demand on their desktops at simpsonsworld.com, mobile devices via the FX Now app, and on compatible smart TVs and set-top boxes. All the more reasons for cable cutters to consider subscribing to cable sometime. Former NFL head coach great Tony Dungy said that he wouldn't want to deal with drafting Michael Sam, the first NFL openly gay player. The comments drew much attention and criticism. On Tuesday, Dungy released a statement with the intention of clarifying his earlier remarks. He said, "On Monday afternoon while on vacation with my family, I was quite surprised to read excerpts from an interview I gave several weeks ago relating to this year's NFL draft, and I feel compelled to clarify those remarks. I was asked whether I would have drafted Michael Sams, and I answered that would not have drafted him. I gave my honest answer, which is that I felt drafting him would bring much distraction to the team. At the time of my interview, the Oprah Winfrey reality show that was going to chronicle Michael's first season has been announced. I was not asked whether or not Michael Sams deserved an opportunity to play in the NFL. He absolutely does. I was not asked whether his sexual orientation should play a part in the evaluation process. It should not. I was asked whether I would have a problem having Michael Sams on my team. I would not. I have been asked all of those questions several times in the last 3 months and have always answered them the same way by saying that playing in the NFL is and should be about merit. The best players make the team, and everyone should get the opportunity to prove whether they're good enough to play. That's my opinion as a coach, but those were not the questions I asked. What I was asked about was my philosophy of drafting, a philosophy that was developed over the years, which was to minimize distractions for my team." He also goes to add, "I do not believe Michael's sexual orientation will be a distraction to his teammates or his organization. I do, however, believe that the media attention that comes with it will be a distraction. Unfortunately, we are all seeing this play out now, and I feel badly that my remarks played a role in the distraction. I wish Michael Sams nothing but the best in his quest to become a star in the NFL, and I am confident he will get the opportunity to show what he can do on the field. My sincere hope is that we will be able to focus on his playing and not his sexual orientation." When Oscar-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman died of a drug overdose in February at the age of 46, he left behind 3 children ages 10 and under, and the entirety of his estimated $35 million fortune to their mother, his longtime partner Mimi O'Donnell. Now the question is, why didn't Hoffman bequeath any of his estate directly to his son and 2 daughters? According to documents filed in Manhattan surrogate court and obtained this week by E! Hoffman has told his accountant that he, quote, didn't want his children to become considered trust fund kids. Hoffman's decision seems to hint at a common worry among the wealthy. In late June, a survey by law firm Withers LLP found that the second biggest concern for respondents who are worth $10 million or more was that their children will, quote, lack the drive and ambition to get ahead, end quote. Hoffman wasn't the only celebrity concerned about the impact of a huge inheritance. Sting recently said he won't be leaving his $300 million fortune to his kids. He told the Daily Mail, quote, "I certainly don't want to leave them trust funds that are albatrosses around their neck. They have to work. All my kids know that, and they rarely ask me for anything, which I really respect and appreciate." Billionaire businessman Warren Buffett is taking a slightly different approach. While he pledged the majority of his $44.7 billion estate to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, his 3 children aren't being completely left out. Each stands to inherit about $2.1 billion in stocks over time. Today's Matt Lauer, father himself on the show Tuesday said in a discussion of Hoffman's decision, He said the old saying is you leave them enough to do something, not enough to do nothing. Samantha Guthrie, today's co-host, who was pregnant with her first child, also added, if you're lucky enough to have some money to leave for your kids in the first place, you don't want to give them so much that they aren't motivated. So many success stories have to do with people who started with nothing and really came up and built something. Today.com readers seem to applaud wealthy parents for wanting to foster self-sufficiency in their children, with some noting that the issue isn't just concern for moms and dads with large bank accounts. Lauren Scheisser on the Today Parents Facebook page said, I think a lot of parents worry about this. We aren't wealthy by any means, but oftentimes I do wonder if I've given my kids too much, too many toys, too many freedoms. Stephanie Frederick Wenzel added, I see people at all financial levels who simply do too much for their children. Bottom line for all parents, start creating expectations for your kids and don't let them off the hook when they fall short. That's not to say some parents aren't indulgent. Joke, today's Carson Daly, a father of two, I think I'd just ask the kids, how much do you want me to leave you? Popular music streaming service Spotify has teamed up with Viacom Media Networks, MTV, VH1, and CMT to offer specialized playlists across a number of platforms. Beginning in August, the media networks will curate Spotify playlists featuring music from their popular series such as Teen Wolf, which is MTV, Love and Hip Hop, VH1, and Party Down South, CMT, as well as televised events such as the MTV Video Music Awards. More than 150 playlists from Viacom's varied music networks will run simultaneously, with the ability to stream music directly from Spotify when visiting the network's respective websites and apps. Ben Tolfer, president and CEO of Viacom Music Group, said in a press release, Spotify offers a killer music streaming service. Our brand offers distinctive voices, unique content, and the stories behind the music, and all together. It might make for a mighty potent combination for fans. Spotify founder and CEO Daniel Ek said on Tuesday, MTV opened up the world of music to me as I was growing up. Being able to connect a whole new generation to music through streaming on MTV, VH1, and CMT sites and apps will bring an amazing experience to Spotify users. And finally, nearly a decade after Fight Club blew minds and established strict no-talking rules, author Chuck Palahniuk is working a sequel that will be published in May 2015 as a 10-issue comic book series for Dark Horse Comics, according to USA Today. Illustrated by Cameron Stewart, Fight Club 2 will pick up 10 years after the events of the first book. The unnamed narrator is now married to Marla Singer and struggling to be a good father to their 9-year-old son, Junior. And of course, good old Tyler Durden is back, with Palahniuk promising to examine the character's true origins. Tyler is something that has been around for centuries and is not just this aberration that popped into the narrator's mind. Other characters from the 1996 novel, which David Fincher adapted into a movie in 1999, will also return, as well as will the organized basement brawls and the anarchistic movement Project Mayhem, which still has a hold on the narrator. Palahniuk says he tries to go back and reclaim that phase of his life, and it's just a pathetic failure. He's not that person anymore, but beyond that, it's what the organization has grown into in his absence and what he's pulled back into. Stewart says he chose a cartoony drawing style of Fight Club 2 as a way to capture the density of the story, as well as some of its more, quote, absurdly comical moments. He added that he felt the follow-up is as much a metafictional comment on the cultural response to Fight Club as it is a sequel. While the original Fight Club was screened against fathers, Palahniuk says the new comic book series deals with similar themes, but from the perspective of a middle-aged man. He said, now to find myself at the age that my father was when I was trashing him made me want to revisit it from the father's perspective and see if things weren't any better and why it repeats like that. Palahniuk admits he did not intend to continue the Fight Club story, but began to toss around the idea as he grew more enamored with the comic book community in Portland, Oregon, and especially after he tripped over his tongue at last year's Comic-Con in New York City. Palahniuk said, I messed up and said I was doing the sequel in front of 1,500 geeks with telephones. Suddenly, there was this big scramble to honor my word. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, July 22nd, 2014. This is your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mel. I'll be back tomorrow delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, and on Twitter @The Enter Report. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.